And I am back, guys. Happy Friday. And let's welcome anybody new into this channel. My name is Mari, and I'm going to take this minute, let people find their way in if they're coming. So, the first thing that we're going to do is just count from five backwards. Five, four, three, two, one, zero. After this whole week of busyness and stress, of doing and going and coming, I am glad that you are here. I am glad that you showed up. If you're catching this live or even later, this is just a space to breathe for a second. No pressure, no expectations, just real conversation. So, again, I know that people are going to watch this later. I don't know exactly what brought you here tonight. Well, it's not tonight, it's tonight. I know there's more people are going to come here tonight and watch this video. But I can take a guess. Things feel heavy. Maybe it's money stress. Maybe you got laid off. Maybe you hate your job. Maybe your health or someone you love's health shifted everything. Or maybe it's just that quiet kind of pressure where everything feels uncertain and is a lot. And you're trying to hold it together, but it's getting harder to pretend everything is fine. Let me say this clearly. You don't have to perform here. You don't have to come in with a strong face or a polished story. If you're tired, be tired. If you're frustrated, be frustrated. If you don't even know what you're feeling, that's okay too. If you want to share something in the chat, you can. It doesn't have to be your whole story, even just one word. Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you feeling like starting over? Are you feeling burnt out? Maybe lost or just trying? And if you don't want to type anything, that is fine too. You can just sit here. Because, man, this week was, I don't know about you, but I'm 50 plus. And every week is faster. Every day is like a blink of an eye. And thank God I'm happy because I work from home. But those of you that have to go and have to wake up early and have to follow somebody's schedule, and then you have to go and drop the kids, because my kids are adults, and do all that stuff on top of trying to take care of yourself, trying to take care of everybody. Usually most, I would say most moms don't take care of ourselves. It's sad. Guys, you need to put the mask first, the oxygen mask first before you can actually take care of anybody else. Guys, I see a lot of people going through similar things. I've been meeting lots of people that are over 60 that are Ubering because either they lost their job or because they cannot do a normal job or because they can't find anything. Because the older you get, the more difficult it is to find a job. Comment right now if you're watching this, whenever you're watching it, if that's you. Okay? And it's not just you There's something about this season right now where a lot of people are being stretched in ways they didn't expect. And what makes it harder is how quiet it is. People don't always talk about this part. I can tell you this week, one of the guys that I've known for a long time in crypto, he's been, I think, 5 years in the crypto space. He is from Venezuela and lives in Venezuela. And he said, this is the only food that I have. Let me see. And then he sends me a picture. And let me go back here, see if I can get it. And all you can see in this picture is just rice, a little bit of bread, just mostly rice. And he told me straight up, Mari, things are not here. Things are not better in Venezuela. It's the same people. Yeah, Maduro's not here, but it's the same people. So this guy that has nothing, that is married, that has kids in the sense of nothing of financials or food, contact me so I can help him get him his life story because he has nothing. It's that bad in Venezuela. And he joined our international team yesterday. So he's going to work with us. I am noticing that people complain about, oh, I don't have a job. Oh, I was fired. And I tried to contact them to help them. And it's crickets. Does it have to be that bad, like my friend, Javi, that has nothing? That all he has to eat is rice and a little bit of bread for his whole family before you're able to see the urgency that most people will not have a job. Most people are going to be, you're not, how you say, nobody is, you're replaceable. You're replaceable because right now we got AI agents and taking a lot of the works that we people can do. That's why you need to be in something that can actually take you to point A and point B. How much $500 for 1 month or more will help you and your family go from here to there? Because the point that the number of people being laid off is going to increase. Everything is going up. Inflation, taxation. Soon there's going to be another black swan event. Let's be real, because a lot of these things seem to be planned. How bad it has to be before you do something? You have a plan B. Because again, the part where money is tight, plans didn't work out, doors closed, and you're just trying to figure out your next move. Guys, you can actually do this in the next month. Just in the next month, you can be doing what I'm doing. And let me tell you something. This is you building your own business. You're not building my business. You decide your hours. You decide how much money you make. The sky is the limit, right? But if you don't open the door and cross over to the other side, you're going to stay in the same place that you are right now. My question to you is, how's your bank account right now? My question to you is, are you doing the same thing and expecting a different result? Because if you're taking the same road, you're going to end up in the same place. So you have to go somewhere else so that you're able to end up in the place that you want to be. Okay? So it's just something that I want you guys to think about. And here's where it gets tricky. Hard seasons doesn't just affect your situation. They start affecting how you see yourself. You start thinking, I should have done something differently. I am behind. I'm failing. but your situation is not your identity. Being broke doesn't mean you're broken. Being laid off doesn't mean you lost your value. Struggling doesn't mean you are weak. Just sit with that. It just means you're in a moment that requires rebuilding. It just means you're in a moment that requires you to pivot. And pivot I did. Pivot I've done. And it's very difficult as you age, because I'm 50 plus, to pivot to something else. I know. Okay? I know it is not easy, but it's worth it. Okay? So let's bring this down to something real you can actually use. When everything feels overwhelming, your brain wants to solve everything at once. That does not work. You don't need a full life plan right now. You just need one next step, one small win, one thing you can control. Guys, I have two people that joined my team this week. One is from Venezuela, has nothing. This guy only has rice right now. He said, I trust you. I believe in you. I know this guy for 5 years. He's like, I am going to work with you, because he knows that he doesn't have anything. They don't have anything in Venezuela. Venezuela hasn't gotten better. I also had somebody that joined my team this week also, that is a 60 plus year old veteran that was Ubering. I went to Starbucks and I saw this lady and I said, hey, I haven't seen you forever. What you doing here? And I thought she was picking up something for herself. And she said, no, I'm just doing Uber and Uber Eats. And I'm like, you're 60 plus. Like, no, this is like unacceptable. I also then met this guy. His name is Jason. He is 73 years old. This guy lost his job. And you know what he's doing? And it makes me so angry inside. This guy, this 73-year-old dude that should be retired. Agree with me and put retire if you think that this guy, this 73-year-old, should be retired. Ubering. And both of these different people told me there's people that we know that are Ubering 24/7 and they're still trying to make ends meet. Can you comment what you do? Comment below. What is it that you do? So there's a lot of things that people can do, like update their resume. I'm telling you, people that are looking for a job right now in the normal way, going to Indeed, going and asking for jobs everywhere, are not getting a job. This is why I'm here, guys. Like I said, what I have offered for you, this opportunity that is a system, a step-by-step system that you can do. You can start in a month and be off to the races. So I want to try something real quick. If you see someone in the chat going through something similar to you, just respond to them. Like, how are you doing? How are you feeling today? I see somebody here that's looking at me and I'm looking at you. How are you doing today? I really want to know. Did you have a great week? Put emoji if it's easier for you. Are you stressed out? Are you worried about what's going to happen next? But I'm going to tell you right now, there's a lot of people looking for a way to make money. And like I said, this can be a side hustle or it can be your life, your full-time work. This is what I do full-time. And you decide, because you're the one that's building your agency or your business, okay? Just so you know. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you everything turns around overnight. It doesn't. But I will say this. People rebuild. People recover. People come back from things that looks like the end. And sometimes it starts with small moments like this, where you stop running from it and just face where you are. And listen, if you're in a place where you need more than just listening, like you actually want to talk through your situation, get some clarity, but just not carry it alone, you don't have to figure it everything out by yourself. I notice that it's sometimes easier to talk to somebody that you don't know and they don't know you than to talk to somebody that you know. And it's sad because once you set up with a relationship with somebody, they just ignore you, or they just, I don't know, they just can't see past that facade. They know you, like people look at me all the time and I'm smiling, but I'm in pain, guys. I work from home because I'm in pain. I have lupus. I'm in pain. Right now in Texas, it's very cold, it's very rainy, and I'm in pain from the top of my head to my feet. Is that bad? But again, I'm here because I believe that what I do is worth it. It's my mission, and I want to help other people have that financial freedom. Okay. And this is why I've been opening up time to connect one on one with people. Nothing formal, no pressure, just a real conversation where we can slow things down and look at what's actually going on for you. Interestingly, we are in a social media time and we are more disconnected than ever. Seriously, very, very disconnected. This doesn't help you connect. It actually helps us to disconnect. Okay? So, again, what is the word that comes to your mind? I don't know who you are or your name or whatever. What is the come to your mind, the word that comes to your mind right now? Just one word. Just put it in the comments and let me say hi here. Just put it in the comments and say hello. Okay. And right now I am live streaming in LinkedIn, in Facebook. No, sorry, in LinkedIn, in YouTube, and in Twitch. Where you at? What social media? And what is the word that comes to your mind right now? I can tell you the word that's coming to my mind right now. I am so happy it's Friday because I worked my butt this week. It's been meeting after meeting after meeting, and after this, I'm clicking out and I'm done with the whole week just to take a break. Okay, that's what I feel relief. That's the word that I can tell you. Relief. So, and I'm really glad you showed up, whoever you are. I don't know you, but whether you said something or just listen quietly, I am so happy you're here. That matters more than you think. You don't have to solve your whole life tonight. You don't disappear on yourself. We'll do it. We'll do this again and take care of yourself. Let me show you this. I want to show you something and what is it that I do, what I do, and what exactly am I talking about. Okay, so let me show you a video. Okay, let me go here. Let's put this here, and this is what I want you to see.
Career can feel, well, pretty much out of reach. But what if there was a path that didn't just work around your reality, but actually turned your own lived experience into a professional superpower? Today, we're going to dig into an unexpected career that does exactly that. Let's get into it.
And that's the honest truth for so many people, isn't it? Some days you're on fire, and other days you can barely get out of bed. It's this completely unpredictable reality that the typical work model it wasn't built for that.
It's a powerful question, right? It totally flips the script. Instead of looking at a chronic illness as just a long list of things you can't do, we're going to explore how it can be a source of real strength and deep expertise in a very specific field. All right, so to really understand the solution, we first have to get crystal clear on the problem. Let's break down that core conflict between a standard 9 to 5 job and what it's actually like to live with lupus day in and day out. And here it is, laid out side by side. You can really see the clash. The whole corporate world is built on these assumptions of consistency, of stability. But living with lupus, that means you're navigating constant unpredictability. It's not about being weak. It's just like you're running on a completely different operating system.
And that's the heart of the problem, isn't it? This isn't about a personal failure. It's a system failure. It's a system that just doesn't get a reality it wasn't designed for. And that gap in understanding, well, that's what makes finding the right career so tough. So if the old path just isn't working, you find a new one. And this is where it gets really interesting. We're going to look at becoming an insurance broker, a career that might sound totally out of left field, but is, believe it or not, almost perfectly designed for this exact situation. Okay, first things first, what even is this job? A non-captive broker isn't stuck with one company. You're not just pushing a single product. You're basically an independent advocate, a free agent who works for your client to find them the absolute best protection from all the options out there. And this is a huge distinction. The goal here isn't about high pressure sales tactics. It's about guidance. You're helping people navigate one of the most complicated and important systems in their lives. And that takes empathy. It takes understanding more than anything else. All right, now for the best part. Let's talk about how all the challenges, all the hard stuff you've been through with lupus can actually become your greatest professional asset. It's time to reframe that whole experience into a powerful qualification for this career.
And it's a fair question. You might be thinking, me? I don't have a background in finance or sales, but you have something so much more valuable. Let's look at the built-in expertise that you already have from managing a chronic illness. See, the key here is you didn't learn this from a textbook. You've lived it. You've had to fight the system for yourself. You know what it feels like to worry about losing coverage, and you understand the real-world kitchen table impact a health crisis has on a family's money. That kind of emotional intelligence, you just can't teach that. The real importance of this kind of work, it really hits home when you hear personal stories. Let's look at two totally different examples of how having a plan or not having one can completely change a family's future. So on one side,
I am going to tell you two stories of people that I know. Two different stories on if this one of these people would have had somebody to help them, it wouldn't have ended up like this. So I have somebody that I know, very, very close to me, whose husband died 3 years ago. And when her husband died, nobody had audited their life policy. So you know what happened when the husband died of cancer at 46? The other wife, the second wife, got the money of the life policy. The second wife got the money of the bank account. And my friend had to fight 3 years just to get her house. Because again, when somebody dies, there's a thing called probate. Now, let me tell you another story. The story of my grandpa. In 1992, my grandpa was diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. And it was horrible, guys. My grandpa is 6'4", 6'4" dude, really, really big and bulky. He was like a tank. In 6 months, was completely emaciated. But when he died at 64 in 1992, everything that he had built was paid. The house was paid. The car was paid. Every debt paid. And my grandma lived on that money from 1992 to 2019 and passed money to my aunt, who still has money from the 1992 time. These are two different situations and an example of why people like you or me are needed in this. So let's put this back. I just wanted to comment on that, guys. And if you have any questions, please put it there. Thank you.
you have this story of watching your own mom go through bankruptcy after a major life event. That's a lesson you learn firsthand about how fast financial stability can just crumble without a safety net. It leaves a mark. But then you see the complete opposite. A grandfather who only had a
Okay, I had to get out of it because actually, interestingly enough, it mentions a bankruptcy when my mom In the same year that my grandpa died at 64, my dad left my mom after 20 years of marriage. My mom had to end up in bankruptcy because my dad left her completely, financially destroyed. And so it's just interesting that you mentioned that.
Grade education, but through some smart, careful planning, he left a legacy of protection. His foresight meant his wife was financially safe for the rest of her life, and that security even trickled down to the next generation. Now that is the power of this work. Okay, so the why is pretty clear, but what about the how? Let's get down to brass tacks and look at the actual practical steps to becoming a licensed insurance broker. It's probably more straightforward than you think. The whole process is really meant to be accessible. You study the material, you take some practice quizzes to get comfortable, and then you go past the official state exam. After a quick background check, you can have your license in hand, sometimes in just 24 to 48 hours. Seriously, the whole thing can be done in as little as 2 weeks if you really focus. And get this, the cost to get started is actually really low. The main costs for the class, the exam, and the license itself are super manageable. This is
Okay, so I just want to put everything. There's something that I forgot there. If for the people that are joining, because again, I had 2 people that joined this week on the company. The other thing that I didn't put there is the cost to join the company. But at the end of the day, I put everything. So if you're interested in that, I'll tell you. But this is actually something that trickles, meaning that you don't do all it at once. Because again, if you're studying, you need to study. So you don't need to do all of it. You don't have to pay all this stuff in a second. But like I said, in 2 weeks, you can actually study, pass the test. You need 70, pass the criminal background check, and have your license. This is not, and you don't need a high school diploma. You can do it, you actually get your license here in your state, whatever that state is. And if you have family in other states, by the way, you can get your non-residence license, which is how I end up having my license here in Texas. This is my resident one. Then I got a Florida one. Then I got an Ohio one. Then I got a New York. If anybody needs any of my services anywhere, I can get a license in 24 hours. Okay, so let me just go back and put this.
Isn't one of those careers that requires a huge pile of cash up front, just your time and your commitment. So this is where it all comes together. This is the big takeaway. It's not just about finding a job you can do. It's about building a professional life that actually works with and honors your body's needs and your unique experiences. I mean, just look at this list. Every single one of these benefits is a direct answer to the problems of a traditional job. You can work from home on your own time. You build a real skill that belongs to you. And best of all, you get rewarded for the exact empathy and understanding that your life has already taught you. Let's just let that sink in for a second. This is the core message. It completely reframes the conversation. It's not about your limitations. It's about finding the right alignment. The goal isn't to cram yourself into a system that doesn't fit, but to find a system that does. Think about it. In a normal 9 to 5, a flare-up is a problem. It's a liability. But in this career, your deep understanding of life's unpredictability is an asset. You're not seen as fragile, you're seen as adaptable. And that adaptability is a huge advantage when you're helping other people prepare for the curveballs life throws at them. And that's the thought we want to leave you with. You are already an expert in managing risk just by living your life every day. This is a real opportunity to take that hard-won knowledge and turn it into a career that builds stability, not just for you, but for so many other people too.
So that is that simple, guys. Over a year ago, I did this. I pivoted from what I was doing at 50 years old. Yes, I am half a century. Imagine doing that, changing your life at 50 and being like, oh, I'm going to do this. I did it. And in a month, I had my license. And I passed the test from the beginning because, again, you need a 70. Okay, anyway. So basically, before I wrap this up, I just want to say if you're still right here, right now, that means something. You didn't just scroll past, you stayed. And I don't take that lightly. Most people don't sit in conversations like this, especially when things are heavy. So the fact that you are here tells me you're dealing with something real. And I don't know your full situation, but if anything I said today hits you, even a little, that's probably not random. It usually means there's something you've been trying to figure out or carry on your own. So here's what I want to do. If you want to actually talk, like not just listen, but talk, you can reach out to me right now before I completely go off of office today. Say simply, you can message me, email me, whatever is easiest. Just say, hey, I was on your stream. That's it. You don't have to explain. By the way, let me put my info here. My phone number is, for my business, is 254. Let me just post it here. It's 512-387-2748. 512-387-2748. So I talk to people that I don't know all the time, and people from all parts of the world, because we don't only do business in the United States, we have a way of selling policies in Latin America and Spain. This is how my friend, the guy from Venezuela, joined us from the international side. The veterans joined us from the United States side. And we even have a group in Canada. So this is like an international thing. So you got my phone number, right? My name is Mari, okay? And like I said, thank you for being here. Don't overthink it either. If this is on your mind right now, there's a reason. If you're here, it's for a reason, okay? So you don't have to keep sitting in by yourself. Even one conversation can shift a lot. So if you're still here, go ahead and reach out after this and message me. I'm ready to talk and we'll set something up. And again, thank you for being here. Seriously, take care of yourself this weekend and don't disappear on yourself, because at the end of everything else, life is too short. And just so you know, habla español, okay? Take care and you have a blessed weekend. And bye.
Paper trails thicker than a mystery novel. Cash flow ripple, make the banks grovel. Phoenix rise, both shut with precision. Generational wealth, that's the mission. Legacy locked, key in the safe. Phoenix flying, no time to waste. Stacks on stacks, building the base. Future so bright, can't see the haze. Curators move, we the pros in the game. Trust airtight, playing no shame. Life insured, annuities grow. Seeds in the ground, now watch them show. Golden wave.